Okay, so welcome to Sunday morning yoga church, everyone. Today's practice is called the ties that bind, a little nod to Bruce Springsteen, but also a nod to the binding practices in yoga. Typically, well, almost always, bound poses are, what's going on here? Okay, bound poses are done by clasping the hands, like taking the hands behind your back and maybe wrapping your arms around a leg and clasping a wrist. You see this frequently in like side angle pose when you take the arms behind your back and grab a wrist. That's not available for everyone. Not everybody has those kinds of Gumby shoulder joints. So simply just taking hands behind your back and clasping your fingers together, that constitutes a bind. So a bind is in the body. When we put a pose into a bind, so to speak, a couple of things happen. It's a phenomenal chest opener, great for loosening up the shoulder joints. It's fantastic. Bound poses, especially in the upper body, are fantastic for countering rounded computer shoulders or driving shoulders if you're sitting all day, every day. And also from an Ayurvedic perspective, what bound poses do is, the way I like to explain it is they kind of ground, they ground the circuitry, kind of a metaphor for grounding the circuitry. As you know, we're in Vata season, right? So when we're going through all of our flows, up, down, and we're doing like, warrior two and extended side angle and all that, there's just a lot of motion and a lot of wind moving around through the fingers, around the hands and arms. So here's brother tardy. So by binding a pose, we're serving to really ground that circuitry. And when we bind a pose and stay in the pose, it's the bind creates kind of a container of sorts. Welcome, brother. We'll talk after class. So that's what's happening. Now, one more thing about binding a pose. You want to have a strap for practice today. If you don't have a strap, a necktie will do, a dog leash will do, anything that doesn't have a lot of give to it, but you want something that's fairly static, because the strap operates as an extension of your limbs. Okay, so that's what's happening. We're going to do some seated bound poses, standing bound poses. We're even going to throw in a balancing bound pose in there. So do what feels appropriate. Do what feels. What's going on?
What if the only thing I have is a bow tie?
Dude, go get a hand towel. Get a shoelace. So that's what's happening today. Do what feels great, do what feels good in your body, ditch the rest, and we're going to start on our backs. So having said that about the balancing bound pose, if you want to have a block nearby, have a block or a wall or a chair, that's fine too. So come down onto your back, please. And we're going to begin by getting some lubrication in the shoulder girdle. I think everybody knows the internal and the external rotation, right? So internal rotation is when you roll the shoulder forward, your hand moves back, your palm rolls back, okay? External rotation is when you roll the shoulder back, the palm goes up. So we're going to do that on the floor a little bit. Just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. All right, down on your back. Your knees bent, feet on the floor, place one hand on your low belly, one hand on your low ribs. If it's comfortable to close your eyes and give yourself 3 deep breaths. Use these breaths to provide a physical transition and a pranic transition from the activity of the morning, the activity of the weekend or the past week. Kind of clearing space in the lungs, clearing space in the body, in the head, the mind. Preparing yourself for this appointment with your body, with your mind, with your spirit. And take your arms out like a T. And take your feet as wide as your mat, maybe a little wider. And we're going to start with simple windshield wipers using the inhalation to take your knees to the left. And using the exhalation to pull the knees back upright to center. Good, and keep rolling. Knees to the right on the in-breath. And to center on the out-breath. So your knees are going to keep doing this from side to side. Now I'm going to have you implement the arms. As your knees go to the right, I'm going to have you roll your left shoulder into external rotation. So roll your shoulder back, turn your palm towards the wall behind you. Good, and then when you come back to center, arms go neutral. When your knees go left, your right arm goes into external rotation. So you might really feel your shoulder blade kind of anchoring down into the ribs, that tip, the bottom point of your shoulder blades drawing down and in towards your ribs and spine. And just keep going back and forth a couple more times. Find this gentle, easy groove. And you can, if you want, no pressure, but if you want, as one shoulder rolls back into external rotation, you can roll the opposite shoulder inward. And let's go one more time from side to side. And when you bring yourself back up to the center with your knees, allow your arms to relax. And then what's going to happen next is we're going to come into a half Gomukhasana, that's half cow face pose with the arms. So what I'm going to ask you to do is roll over onto your left side, just enough so you can raise your right buttock, raise your right hip, bring your right arm into internal rotation, right? So roll the shoulder forward, bend the right elbow and bring your right hand to your lower back. And then you're going to start inching your right hand up your spine towards your shoulder blades. Don't worry about how high you get, just go where it's appropriate. Once you get your hand and arm really tucked in, and your right hand is as high as it's going to go this morning, then lie down on your arm. Bring your right tush down, bring your trunk down. You're kind of pinning your arm in this internal rotation. Good. And you can, if you want, you can bring your left arm over and kind of help tuck your right elbow in a little closer if you want. Okay, we're going to stay for a full minute. Relax your trunk. Let the body weight, let the weight of your torso anchor your right arm down to the floor. Woo-wee. Okay, so the exit is you got to lift your right hip a bit, lift your low back a bit, let your right arm slide down. Release your right arm out to the side, bring it into a correct anatomical position. Right arm on the floor next to your body, palm up. Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's try the other side. So you're going to roll to your right just enough to place your left hand underneath. First, you want to internally rotate the left arm, bend the elbow, bring the left hand to your low back, and then begin to walk your left hand up your spine. Just walk it towards your shoulder blades. And when you get to the point of like, whoo, that's my threshold, then drop your upper body onto your left arm. All righty. Slowly begin to lift your left tush, your low back. Give yourself a little rock to the right so you can release your left arm. Yowza. Bring your left arm out by your side, palm up. And let's take a beat or two. Notice how you feel in your shoulders, any imbalances, or are they completely in harmony with one another? Great. So with knees bent, feet on the floor, about sitting bone distance apart, we're going to go into the somatic rock. Take your arms out in front of you, crossing your forearms in front of your chest, so opposite hands at opposite elbows. Knees bent, feet to the floor. Inhale right here. When you exhale, you're going to glide your arms to the right, drop your knees to the left. Nice. Come back through center on the inhalation. So the breathing's different than on windshield wiper. And on the exhale, arms go left and the knees go right. Good. And go 2 more times. When your arms are going to the left, knees to the right, let's stay here. Great, come back up to center, change the cross of your forearms, and we're going to go again, picking up where we left off. Arms to the left, knees to the right. Glide through center on the in-breath. Arms right, knees left. Excellent. 2 more times from side to side. On your third round, don't rush. But on your third round, when your arms are going to the right and your knees to the left, you'll hang tight there for a few breaths. Nice. On an inhalation, come back up to center. Bring your arms down by your sides. Great. And stretch your legs down onto the mat. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. Clasp your fingers together. And then spin your palms forward, up and overhead, taking your palms and the base of your knuckles to the wall behind you, pointing your toes. Great. Change the interlace of your fingers and stretch again, pressing the heel of your palms away from your shoulders. So this is a bind. Bind number 1, number 2, maybe. We could call the hands to elbows a bind, definitely. Bring your arms back down to your sides. Good, and you're going to make your way up to sitting, however you want to get there. You can rock and roll forward and back, or bend your knees and go over to your favorite side. And once you get upright to sitting, grab your strap or your bow tie. And I'm gonna have you make a loop with your strap. It doesn't need to be very big. Okay, loop with your strap. And then I'm gonna have you stretch your right leg down the length of your mat. Bend your left knee and bring your left foot into the inside of your right thigh. Let everybody get their strap looped up. Once you get a loop in your strap, you're gonna take the loop over the ball of your right foot. I want you to bring the tail of your strap all the way down the outside of your right leg and flip it behind your back so it kind of meets you over here by your left hip. And then you're going to hold on to the strap with your right hand, hold on wherever it's appropriate so your chest can be open, your spine can be tall, no slumping forward. Take your left arm forward. You're going to follow your thumb with your eyes as you inhale. Left arm floats back. Exhale, left arm forward. Just that easy. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in, left arm back. Exhale, left arm forward. Last one. Breathing in, left arm back. Now internally rotate your left arm. Whoop. Great. So now your palms facing the opposite wall. Bend your left elbow and then use your right hand to feed the strap into your left hand. All right. Bend forward just a little bit so you can get a good grip on that strap. And then sit up tall. Both hands have the strap. Your chest and sternum are turning to the left. So this is an open twist, turning to the left. And then you turn your head and look to your right foot. Good. If you want to tighten this up, you bend your right knee a little bit. Bend forward slightly, get a deeper grip on the strap around your right hip. And then put the pedal down on that right foot, straightening the leg. Great. And as your left shoulder rolls back, turn your head and look to the right. Great. Now you're going to release your left hand first. Beautiful. Both hands take the strap out in front. Give yourself a deep breath in. And we're going to pitch forward as you exhale. Walk your hands down the strap towards your foot or your ankle. No great shakes if the hands don't get there. Irrelevant. Beautiful. Lift yourself up. Remove the strap from your right foot. Okay. Left side. Pull your left knee up. Stretch your left leg down. Pick your right knee up and let your right knee drop down. So we're in setup for Janu Shirshasana, right? You're going to take the loop of your strap, loop it over the ball of your left foot, and then feed that tail around your left hip, around your backside, over towards the right. Okay. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Spine is long. Right arm forward. On the inhale, right arm sweeps back. Exhale forward. Breathing in. And breathing out. Last one. Inhale, right arm goes back. Good. Right arm is in external rotation. Now we're going to turn it into internal rotation. Roll the shoulder forward, bend the right elbow, bring your right hand behind your back, and then find the strap. Now again, you can bend your left knee slightly, hinge forward slightly so you can walk your right hand down your strap, get a good grip, and then sit up straight, straighten your left leg. Both hands have the strap. Roll the right shoulder back and turn your head and look forward. Look to your left toes. Keep your sternum lifted and shining in all the directions. North, south, east, west, heaven and earth. Shine and beam that sternum. Excellent. Release your right hand. Woo wee. Bring your right arm out front. Move slow. Take a hold of your strap with both hands, breathing in. Lift your chest, maybe even look up a little bit. Find a bit of a back bend in your upper back. Exhale, walk your hands down the strap, folding forward. Janu Shirshasana. Bring yourself upright. Release your strap. Beautiful. Pull your right knee up. Set your right foot to the floor and then pick your left knee up, left foot to the floor. One more chest opener before we switch gears. I'm going to have you bring your hands behind your back, fingers pointing away from your bum. You can walk your hands as close as you'd like, as long as your shoulders don't dump forward. So the shoulders have to remain broad, the eyes of your torso have to remain wide set. And then what happens is you shift your hips forward an inch or two, rock your shoulders back, lift your side ribs up, and then give your elbows a little bend. So I know there's pressure on the wrist. Do only go to the degree that your wrists are going to be okay with this. But the main ideas are side ribs up, collarbones broad. You're going to take a couple more breaths. You want to go deeper. All you do is shift your hips forward another fraction of an inch. Side ribs up, collarbones broad, elbows bent. They don't bend deep, just a little bend. Look to the ceiling if your neck is okay with that. Let's go one more breath. Terrific. Woo, relax. Draw your hips back. Excellent. Come onto your hands and your knees. Well done. Opening warm up. Beautiful. I'll do more demonstrating today than typical since we're using a strap and it can get kind of complicated online. So come onto your hands and your knees, please. We'll prep the dog. So from hands and knees, first things first, let's do our scap presses, keeping the arms straight. As you inhale, pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades away from your spine. Keep your belly firm. Keep your low back out of this. It's totally in the thoracic. It's just really the movement's just in the scapula. Drawing in, pushing away. Drawing in. Let's do that a handful of times. Who's counting? Not me. Not me. All right, after you've done that a handful of times, and then we're going to go into the wrist raises, turning the eyes of your elbows forward, right? That's the bend of your elbow. Index fingers face forward, other fingers fan out to the sides. And then here we go, again, keeping arms straight, peel your wrist and palms and your thumbs up off the floor, but keep the knuckles of all other fingers down. And this we'll do 10 times. Keep turning the elbows forward. Fantastic. When you've done 10 of those, rock back into child's pose. Give yourself a breath so you can roll your wrists around. Move your hands, move your fingers. All right. Dog pose, here we come. Inhale, hands and knees, tuck your toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Okie dokie. From downward dog, I'm going to have you step your right foot forward. However you want to get it there is up to you. Right foot comes all the way up towards your right hand. Yeah, right foot comes all the way up towards your right hand, please. Bring your left knee down and find the low lunge that is good for you, right? So you can have this 90-degree angle. This is really nice, very stable. If you want to get a little more opening in the hip flexors, go for it and take your left knee back a step. I want you to take your strap, hold on to the buckle in your right hand and take your right arm up over your head so the strap drapes down behind you. You're going to bring your left hand out to the left arm, rather, out to the left. Internally rotate your left arm. Bend your left elbow, bring your hand behind your back and find the strap. Now, what I want you to do is pull the strap down with your left hand until your left arm is straight. Okay, your right elbow will bend, left arm is straight. This is your setup. As you breathe in, pull with your right hand and take your right arm straight up over your head. Exhale, left arm straight. Just kind of like you're flossing your back, right? Inhale, right arm straight. Exhale, left arm straight. Good, we're going to go one more time. Inhale, right arm straight. Exhale, left arm straight. And we're exactly where we started. Walk your left hand up the strap now, coming into Gomukhasana, cow face pose arms. Draw your elbows in towards the midline. Beautiful. Release your left hand first, and then bring your right arm up overhead, out to the side, and down. Ditch the strap. Left hand to the floor, right hand to your right knee. I'm going to have you turn your right toes 45 degrees to the right. Good. Take your right arm straight out to the right, palm facing the floor, parallel to the floor. As you inhale, glide your right arm back, keeping the palm facing the floor. Exhale, right arm forward. 2 more times. Inhale, glide your right arm back, still pumping fluid in the shoulder joint. Exhale, forward. Last time, inhale, right arm back, stay there. If you want to bind the pose, you kick your left foot up, loop your strap around your left ankle, or take your right hand to your left foot. If you choose to bind the pose, go for it, and then turn your head and look to the floor. We're broadening the shoulder, broadening the muscles across the front of the right shoulder, the pecs, the anterior deltoid. Draw your right shoulder blade, your scapula, towards your spine. Beautiful. If you're bound the pose, if you've got your foot or your strap, release. Sweep your right arm forward. Both hands to the floor. Pick up your left knee, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're going right into the other side. Take your left foot forward. As many steps as you want. Bring the left foot up there. Towards your left hand, bring your right knee down. Coming into your low lunge, pick up your strap, take the buckle in your left hand. Left arm straight. Up overhead, strap behind your back. Bring your right hand out to the right. Internally rotate your right arm. Bend the right elbow. Bring your hand behind your back. Grab the strap. Hold the strap with your right hand and straighten your right arm so your left elbow bends. All right, here we go. Inhale. Left arm straightens. Right elbow bends. Exhale. Right arm straighten. Left elbow bends. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left arm straightens. Exhale, right arm straightens. And then we'll pause here. Walk your right hand up the strap towards your left hand. Whether it gets there or not, no worries. Draw the elbows in towards the midline. Keep belly firm, right glutes engaged. Now you're going to release your right hand first to come out of the shape. Left arm then goes up, floats down, lose the strap. Then bring your right hand to the floor. Left hand to your left knee. Left arm straight out to the left, palm down. And here we go. Glide the left arm back as you inhale. Left arm glides forward as you exhale. Breathing in, glide back. Exhale, forward. Last one. Inhale, glide back, stay there. This is door number 1. To bind the pose, wrap the strap around your left ankle, or sorry, your right ankle, and pull your right heel up towards your bum. Or you can grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand. Good. Keep belly firm, turn your head, look to the floor. Excellent. Release your foot or the strap. Glide your left arm forward. Hand to the floor. Square your left foot. Pick up your right knee. Step back down. You're facing dog. Terrific. Come forward to staff. On the inhale, bring your body all the way to the floor on the exhalation. And just give yourself a low cobra, right? Keep your feet down, but engage your legs, your glutes. And inhale, peel your head and chest up off the floor. And no hands. Yeah, do a hand check. Fire up the muscles of the back. Beautiful. And come back down. Make your way to downward dog again. Great. So I'm going to have you step your right foot forward again. Spin your left heel down. And we're all going to make a quarter turn to the left, setting our legs up for a wide-legged forward bend. Once the feet and legs are lined up, bring your hands to your waist and lift yourself upright. I want you to bring your arms out like a T. Internally rotate your arms. Bend your elbows and bring your hands behind your back, taking opposite hands to opposite elbows. Okay? Give yourself a deep breath in so you can lift your sternum out of your belly and try to keep that space, that length in the front of the spine as you exhale and come forward. And just come halfway down. Give yourself a little bend in your right knee. And then a little bend into your left knee. Return to center, straightening both legs. Release the bind, the hand to elbow bind. Stretch your arms out behind you, clasp your fingers together, and then here we go. Fold yourself in half, lift your arms up over your head. Take your knuckles towards the ceiling. Great. Release your fingertips to the floor. And come halfway up, hands to your waist. And then come all the way up. I want you to turn your right toes to the right. Okay. Grab your strap. Now, I'm going to have you widen this loop significantly. I know we're breaking up the flow, but it's a strap heavy class. I'd like the loop to be about as long as your right leg. Okay. All right, we've got a good strong buckle. Now, take the loop when you've got it good and wide and long. Take your hand through where the buckle is. Take the loop behind your right leg, and you're going to lift your right heel and tuck the strap just underneath your right heel. Right. Now, I like to have the buckle just to be inside of my right hand so I can manipulate the tail. I can manipulate the, whatever, the tightening. Okay, so here we go. So we're set up for triangle pose, okay? What I'm gonna have you do before we hit triangle pose is take your left arm out to the left, internally rotate your left arm, bend the elbow, bring the hand behind your back, and oh, you guessed it, you're gonna slide your left hand through the loop. Okay, let me show you from the back side in case this is getting complicated. You can bend your knee a little, your front knee a little bit, slide that left hand behind you, take it through the loop, and then you can re-extend your right leg. So already we've got some traction over here on the left shoulder. At this point, I'm gonna have you take your right arm up, get as much space from your right big toe to your right fingertips as you can. Ooh, and then as you exhale, hinge at your right hip crease, reach that right arm forward, and then you can take your right hand to your right shin. Now, some of you have already noticed, hey, my strap went really slack. Okay, so now take your right hand to the tail, tighten that sucker up. Ooh, yeah, now you got a good strong bind. Ooh, and I got a cramp in my butt cheek. Right hand to your shin. Left arm behind your back, and your left hand, you're going to pull against the strap to roll your left shoulder back. Good. Left shoulder back. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, so here's where it's going to get spicy, as though it weren't already spicy enough. I'm going to have you bend your right knee. You can take your right arm out in front of you. Internally rotate your right arm. Bend the elbow, bring your right hand underneath your right thigh and see if you can grab a piece of your strap. So now you're in bound side angle pose. Your right arm is to the inside of your right knee. Grab a piece of the strap. Look to the floor. Back leg is really fired up. It's doing the work. Okay, I'm going to give you one more option. The next level, this bad boy. Release your right hand from the strap. Bring your fingertips to the floor, just to the outside of your right foot. Take a small step forward with your left foot, and we're coming into half moon pose, bound half moon pose. Stand up straight and strong on that right leg. Yeah, your left hand still has the strap. I know, it's getting crazy. Take your left leg straight out behind you. Roll that left shoulder back. Turn your sternum to the left. Good. Look to the floor. Baddha Ardha Chandrasana. Beautiful. Let's take one more breath. Engage the muscles of both legs. And then you can bend your right knee. Make a soft landing with your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the strap. Oh, left shoulder's really happy about that. Both hands to the floor, spin up onto the ball of your back foot, step back, downward dog. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's some crazy wackadoodle stuff. Good job. All right, ready for the left side? Left side's like, what the hell? All right, left foot forward. Right heel spins down. And then make a quarter turn to the right. So we're going to start it out nice and easy like. Hands to your waist, come all the way up. All right, door number one. arms out, internally rotate, arms behind your back, opposite hands to opposite elbows, okay? Door number 2, arms out, internally rotate, hands behind your back, come into reverse prayer, reverse namaskar. Yeah, okay, all right. You choose your poison. Breathe in, lift your sternum, lengthen the anterior spine, breathe out, come halfway down. A little bend into your left knee. A little bend into your right knee. Shoulders back. If you've got your hands in reverse prayer, lift your elbows. And then come back to center. Release your hands, bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together, and here we go. Crown of the head towards the floor, knuckles up and over. That's a bind we all know and love, a bind we can live with, just clasping the fingers together. All right, release your fingertips to the floor. Stay here for a moment. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Open your mouth really wide. Stick your tongue out. Blah. And then pull your tongue back in and close your mouth. Good. Lift yourself halfway up on an inhalation. Set your hands to your waist as you exhale. Root down through the 4 corners of your feet as you inhale, rise all the way up. All right, B side, here we go. Take your strap. And if you tightened your strap up on the previous side, I would encourage you to just loosen it just an inch or 2, because for most of us, the 2 sides are never the same. You're going to turn your left toes forward, bring your right toes in about 45 degrees. Set up for triangle pose the way you like your triangle pose. So you're going to take your left hand is underneath the buckle and the strap. You're going to loop the strap underneath your left heel, and your left heel is really going to tamp down. That's gluing the strap down, laminating the strap to the mat, okay? And then right arm out to the right, internally rotate your right arm, bend the elbow, bring it behind your back, and then bend your left knee a little so you can hook your right hand through the loop. Then you can re-extend your right leg. Re-extend your left leg, I'm sorry. Re-extend your left leg. It would help if I had my right and left together. Left arm goes up. Reach up, reach up, reach up, reach up, reach up. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Oh, and then here we go, Trikonasana. Hinging at your left hip crease. Keeping your spine long. And then left hand comes to your left shin. Good. Your right hand might be in perfect position for you. Or you might want to take your left hand and start cinching that strap down a little bit more. Wow. And there you go. You've got your traction now. Left heel stamped down on the strap. Right hand through the loop. You can pull against the strap with your right hand and see how that might take your right shoulder back another fraction. Look to the floor. Both legs straight and strong and fired up. Muscles engaged. Bound triangle pose. We would call this Baddha Trikonasana. Anchoring the circuitry. So all of our limbs are connected. Feet are connected to the floor. Hands are connected to something. Nothing's flying around in space, except maybe the head. Then you're going to bend your left knee coming into bound side angle pose. Left arm reaches forward. Turn the palm down. So internal rotation. Then sweep the left arm down in front of your left leg. Reach back with your left hand and see if you can grab a piece of the strap. Get a good grip. And then roll your right shoulder back again. Look to the floor. Baddha Parshva Konasana. Pull your sternum up out of your belly. Okay, here's where it gets dicey. Half moon pose. Left fingertips to the floor. Take a small step forward with your right foot. Here we go. Left hand moves forward about 6 inches in front of your left pinky toe. Take flight, people. Come up strong on that left leg. Woo! Straighten the leg. Float your right leg back. Right hand still has the strap. All right, soft bend to the left knee. Soft landing with the right foot. Oh, my Lanta. Drop the strap. Slowly unwrap your right arm as though there were any other way to do that. And then lose the strap out from underneath your left heel. Pick your right heel up, square your hips, step back, downward dog. Holy smokes, people. Come forward to staff and bring your body all the way down to the mat. We're going to finish this up with one more little back bend. Okay, kick your heels up behind you towards your bum. And now, Dhanurasana. You're either going to loop the strap around your ankles and take the strap, hold onto the strap behind you, or right hand to your right foot, left hand to your left foot. And then when you're ready, you inhale and you kick your feet up, kick back. Yeah, good. Kick up, kick back. Kick up, kick back. It's a bound pose, right? There's connection. And then release. Come all the way down to the floor. Turn your head to one side. Whew. Good, good efforts, everyone. Good stuff. Turn your head to the other side. Bring your forehead to the floor. Hands under your shoulders. Draw yourself into child's pose. Lifting up and slowly dropping back. Balasana. Let your arms wrap around your sides. Allow your shoulders to melt and drip towards the floor. And bring your hands under your shoulders. And slowly lift yourself up so you can have a seat on your bum. So we got two more to do with the strap. Just using the strap as an extension of your arm, right? So if you want to ditch the strap, go for it. But first of all, we're doing, what's happening first? Asana, and then Matsyendrasana, right? What does that mean? I don't know. It means a seated twist. Well, actually, it means more than that. Asana is named for the sage Marichi. Matsyendrasana, there's a whole great story behind that. Matsyendra was a fish, overheard Shiva telling Parvati the secrets of yoga. Anyway, it's really exciting, but I don't have time to get into it. We barely have time to get into the pose, not the story. So for Asana, what I'm going to have you do, this is an open twist again. So I'm going to have you, let's see, right leg extends down onto the mat, bend your left knee and bring your left foot to the floor. Okay, what happens? Then you're gonna take your strap, sorry, I had to think about this for a second. And you're gonna loop your strap. Take the loop over your left knee. And bring the strap. A fairly good size loop. Strap is over your left knee, over your bent left leg, and then bring it around the back of your left hip. Okay. So first things first, just keep your left elbow wrapped around the front of your left knee. I'm gonna have you take your right arm behind you. So very reminiscent of how we started the practice. Internally rotate your right arm, right? So shoulder rounds forward slightly, bend your right elbow, reach down and see if you can get your right hand to the strap. Okay, grab a hold of the strap anywhere it's appropriate. Great. And then here we go. You're gonna take your left elbow inside of your left knee. And then just turn to the right. Keep your right leg straight, right toes spread. And I'd like for you to push your left knee into your left arm a little bit and push back. So I don't know if you can see, but my right hand has a hold of the strap and I've got my fist, my knuckles down on the floor to kind of anchor that. But I'm also getting a little traction. Turn and look to your left hand. Great. And then relax your right arm, turn yourself forward. Remove the strap from over your left knee. Take your left leg down, pull your right knee up. Loop the strap over your bent right knee. Now there's several variations to Marichyasana. There's like A, B, C, and there might even be D, I don't know. We're just starting out in this one. This kind of like the foundational aspect. So strap over your right knee, sweep the tail and strap behind your back. Left arm, float it back behind you. Internally rotate your left arm so now you can bend the elbow, bring your left hand behind your back, grab a hold of the strap. And you can turn your sternum to the left, turn your ribs to the left. And you can continue to just wrap your right elbow around your right knee or maybe take your right arm to the inside. It requires more activation through the adductors, the muscles of the inner right thigh. Turn your head, look to your right hand. All right, relax your left arm. Bring your right arm down to your side, let go of the strap. Okay, legs forward. Palms out in front of you, clasp your fingers together, take your palms up. Big stretch, big breath. Dandasana. And then release the hands, bring your arms down to your sides. Okay, one more seated twist. Matsyendrasana. Okay, I'm gonna have you bend your right knee, drop your right knee down to the floor. Pull your left knee up and set your left foot to the floor. Okay. So when we start, you're gonna have your left foot just to the inside of your right shin. Okay. Take your strap. Take the loop of your strap. Take it over your bent right leg. Okay. It's all the way over. I'm gonna take your time getting into this because once you get it and you get this traction on your shoulders, it feels incredible. So I want you to take your time and be sure you've got this going on. So the strap, you loop it over the bent right knee. And then as we've been doing, take that big loop behind you. Now, bring your left fingertips to the floor behind you. Sweep your right arm around your left knee. Now here's where we take the bind. Left hand comes back here, and I want your left hand to loop through the strap. I'm going to do this on this side so you can see this. And then From there, you gotta take your right arm out for a second, so you can tighten up the strap if you need to. Tighten up that strap so your left arm gets really pinned to your back. And once you get that pinned, then right arm wraps around your left knee again. Roll your left shoulder back, turn and look over your right knee, or right shoulder, sorry. Great. So this is door number one. If you want to come out of it slightly, door number two is to take your left foot over your right knee, set it to the floor on the other side of your right knee, and then here we go again. Wrap your right elbow around the front of your left knee. Good. Grip that strap with your left hand. I said right knee, I meant left knee. Sorry, I'm so tied up right now, both mentally and physically. The right arm is wrapping around your left knee. Good. Pull against the strap with your left hand to pull your left shoulder back even more. Excellent. And then you can start to unwrap yourself. Release your hands and arms first. Uncross your leg. Remove the strap. Pull your right knee up. And bring your left knee down. Let's see if I can get my right and left straight on this side. Loop your strap all the way over your left knee. Bring the tail around behind you. Bring your right arm behind you. It's an internal rotation. Bend your right elbow. Hook your hand underneath the strap so you can get a good grip. That way your left hand can tighten it up a bit if you'd like. And then left elbow wraps around your right knee. Right shoulder rolls back as you pull against the strap with your right hand. Great. If you want to come out of the shape long enough to place your right foot over your left knee, welcome to do so. And then once again, wrap left arm around the right knee, and here you are in the pose. Now, again, there are further variations of binding this as well, taking the left hand between your legs, but if you know that and you'd like to go there, of course, be my guest. Let's take a couple more breaths. Excellent. Release your hands first. Woo! And then uncross your right foot from over your left knee. Remove the strap. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Palms together. Interlace your fingers, take your palms up. Big breath in. Long, tall spine. Exhale, fold forward. Grab a hold of your shins, ankles, feet. Coming into Paschimottanasana. Deep forward bend. One more breath. Good. Use an inhalation to walk your hands up either side of your legs. And find your way into a comfortable seat. You can sit up on a block or a pillow, cushion, cross-legged, up on a stool. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama before we go into Shavasana. So I know working with a strap, especially on Zoom, especially when the instructor is having a difficult time with right and left, can be it's kind of like overwhelming because we don't do that kind of intricate work a lot on Zoom, not in this class anyway. So, it's easy for the head to start, the mind to start going berserk, like, what are we doing? This is ridiculous. I hate props. I hear you, brother. So find that comfortable seat. Let's get our body in balance and bring our mind into balance as well. Bring your right hand in front of your face. Place the pad of your thumb and ring finger to the bridge of your nose. I'll lead you through the first round and then let you be on your own. Let's everybody empty whatever is in your lungs, exhaling. Inhale through both nostrils. And then together we'll seal the right nostril, exhale from the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Good. 4 more rounds. We'll do a total of 5 alternate nostril breaths, and you'll end with an exhalation through your left nostril. Don't rush. When you do finish up, you'll make your way into Shavasana. You can come down onto your back, or you might take your legs up a wall, maybe swing your legs over the seat of a chair or an ottoman. That would feel really good, I think. Or you're welcome to remain seated. Take about 6 minutes resting, dropping in, regaining our balance, regaining harmony and equilibrium, equanimity, working with the strap and working with the binds. Very much tells us where we're out of whack, brings to light the asymmetries in the body, the discrepancies in the body. Closing out the practice with a balancing breath, and then allowing yourself to just bask in that steady prana as you drop in and take rest. And begin to pull your breath in a little deeper. Exhale slow. Take another deep and more deliberate breath in and begin to move toes, feet, hands, fingers, stretch through your arms and your legs. And then begin to prepare yourself to sit upright. If you bend your knees and set your feet to the floor, visualize your pathway to sitting. And then come on up and make it so. And we'll finish up with the 12-syllable chant, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I'll sing it 3 times. You can join if you want. No pressure ever whatsoever. Bring your hands to your heart. Deep breath in. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very simple chant, mantra, prayer. Just a divine or a reverential bow to the divinity within everyone, everything. The intention behind this sweet little chant is to see the divinity, see the good, see the God in everything, everyone. Bring your palms together, take your base of your thumbs up to your forehead for a balanced mind as we enter the week ahead. Bring your fingertips to your lips. May we maintain a balanced breath and be balanced in our expression and our communication as we move into the holiday week ahead. And bring your hands to your heart. And may we have a balanced heart this week and always. Thank you so much for joining me and the others on the screen and those that are hitting the replay. Awesome. Thank you. Good to see everybody.